What's up, nerds? It's me, Squatingdog, and today we've got a new video talking about a few elite tips that you have no clue are in the game, but in the comments you will act like you know, because that's how the internet works. Regardless, we are going to dive into a few tips that will probably help you in your gameplay and show you some things on the map that you might not know about. Let's dive in. It's worth mentioning that we are in version 14.10, and by the time you're watching this video, there could be some updates if a new version comes out. So just keep that in mind as we're going through some of these things. The first highly desired topic that everyone is talking about right now are Gorgers. Gorgers. They're just Sentinel's army, okay? They're the big robot thing that shows up on the map. They only show up in a few locations. I'm gonna pull up my Squatingdog for Fortnite app. So if you go into Map Essentials and you go to Galactus Gorgers, these are the spawn points where they will show up, okay? And how you find them is by a red beam coming through the sky. I'm gonna show you guys how you battle a Gorger. There are 3 different ways that you can battle one of these things. You always want to make sure you have mats, because once it identifies you, it will shoot you directly with its beam. It also shoots out these little pods. So if a beam comes, all you gotta do is put a build between you and it. So just make sure that's happening. And then you want to take out those pods because they're going to shoot you as well, obviously. Now, there's 3 ways of doing damage to the Gorger. The first is shooting it when it's shooting you, right into the eyeball. Or shooting the sides when those pods are coming out. Now, if you do that, it is going to take a little bit of time, as the Gorger is very powerful. So here's how I would recommend you doing it. You're going to take out one of those pods, and then you're going to pick it up. You can now shoot it directly with lasers, doing damage directly. You don't have to wait for anything to shoot it. And if you hold your laser fire, it does a charge up and does a massive amount of damage. Now that's going to be your quickest way of destroying one. Just rinse and repeat. Grab it. Make sure you don't explode, because those things will definitely explode you. Charge it up and blast. And then you just kind of repeat that. And within a few moments, you'll have this thing completely destroyed. So that's going to be the most efficient way to destroy a Gorger. Also, what you get from loot from these things is pretty insane. This is the only place that you can get a rocket launcher in the game currently, so it's definitely worth taking one of these out. I have always walked away with some sweet loot in terms of a SCAR, AR, and really good pumps. So I'd highly recommend, if these are on your loot path, take them out. But here's the issue. A lot of times, if you don't take them out quickly, you're gonna get third-partied because they just make a lot of noise. But if you can take it out quickly, your loot pool is gonna be pretty incredible. As many of you already know, the Sentinel Graveyard is a new POI added into the game. And when you jump on these hands, you're able to bounce yourself around this part of the map. What a lot of people don't realize, though, is you can actually redeploy by pressing spacebar. What's wonderful about this trick is if you are anywhere close to this area, you get a free rotation just by jumping, pulling redeploy, and literally flying. So if you're looking for a quick rotation, go to the Sentinel Graveyard. Whee! Also, there's some really interesting combos to amplify this effect. Using Tony's repulsors, which we'll get to in a little bit later in this video. Another thing to mention about this location is there is a secret trophy style for Wolverine. All you have to do to get it is simply land on this Sentinel. Land right here. And once you have that back bling, the head, and you come back here, you will unlock another style for it. Now here's a weird tip that's just weird. Not really helpful, I don't think, but these 2 houses in Lazy Lake got twisted to the side. They were previously facing forward, and now they're twisted to the side. I have no clue why Epic Games would add this or change this unless something was going to be happening to this POI. So make sure we keep an eye on what's going on in Lazy Lake, because this is just kind of weird. It makes no sense to me at all. Haven't the slightest. Like, what are we doing? Also, you've probably seen this by now, but our two henchman buddies have met up and are having a dance battle at this gas station. So don't be an idiot. Don't shoot them. They're two innocent, wonderful specimens just having a blast doing a dance battle. If you come over here and eliminate these people, I'm going to be so sad. I'm going to be so disappointed in you. And believe me, you don't want me to be disappointed in you. I don't want any ads of you guys eliminating these guys on Reddit, Twitter, or any of that stuff. You've been warned. They will dance in the storm. Their commitment to dance is unlike anything I've ever seen. All right, let's talk about Stark Industries. First things first, let's get ourselves the gauntlets. Now let's talk about Stark Industries. Okay, Tony, I just need to borrow your stuff. No hard feelings. If we're going to be talking about Stark Industries, we have to talk about Tony's car. And the fact that I'm not going to get this chest and it's going to drive you insane. No, I'm going to do it. No, I'm not. Oh, God! Where was I? Oh, yeah. Let me get this chest real quick. Just kidding. You guys hate me. That's okay. Tony's car. So, one thing that's great about it is it doesn't run out of gas. You guys probably hate it when you're not on a road, because it just doesn't grip, right? Most cars, except for trucks, will not grip the ground. But here's the thing about Stark Industries. On the very edge of this area, you can see the grass change. There's this side on the left and this side on the right. I'm going to pull up my map just to show you. The ring itself, along the outside of it, acts as a road. So if you're looking for a quick way to move along this side of the map, all you have to do is drive along the rim of this circle, and it will act as a road, and you can pick up to the speed you need. Something that a lot of people aren't talking about, and just want to bring it to players' attention if you're looking for a good rotation. This was you before you subscribed to my YouTube. Right here. This is the struggle bus that you were on. And this is now you. A new you, because you're subscribed to my YouTube channel. Okay, now we have the Unibeam and Iron Man's repulsors, and I'm going to show you a nice little trick for rotation. We don't know if this is a glitch or if this is intended, but if you throw down a crash pad, you use Tony's repulsors and you fly, and then you just simply land right on top of this, it gives you a massive movement ability, and you don't take fall damage. This also works at the Sentinel Graveyard. So if we just jump again, land on this, you can just literally fly across the map. This is wild. And then eventually you're going to run out of steam and you'll drop, but you won't take any fall damage. Another mistake I see a lot of players making out on the battlefield is thinking that because you have the repulsors that you can always fly. Now here's the deal. If you bring out Tony Stark's Unibeam and you jump, right, and shoot someone. So let's just say there's somebody over there in that build. I'm going to jump out and shoot them. You still take fall damage. So be really careful on some of the moves you're making unless you have another ability, some crash pads, or you use the repulsors at the last second. You will take damage. Yeah, that's just an unfortunate reality to I've been seeing a lot of clips online of people just oofing it. If you got a clip of your own, please tweet me it, because I'd love to laugh at you personally. Anyways, one thing that is also worth mentioning about Iron Man's repulsors is that while you're flying, if you get shot and killed and your squad reboots you, you will have the inability to jump when you get rebooted. This is a bug in the game that is really unfortunate. Hopefully Epic fixes it, but I have a feeling that once they fix that, they're also going to fix our little crash pad exploit as well. Make sure you get your fun out of this now, because I'm pretty sure this thing is going to get patched real soon. Look at this. Look at this. This is insane, dude. Yeah, that's getting patched for sure. There's no doubt about it. And you guys probably know this by now, but any area where there has been a warped in POI has rifts. There's a few rifts in each of these areas, and it's really worth noting because of mobility and rotations. So if there is any location that has been morphed in that big circular way, you will see rifts next to those locations. Use them to your advantage so that you can get the rotations you need. Just for clarity, I'm going to pull up my app and show you exactly where those are. Right here. There you go. Squatingdog for Fortnite in the App Store. Ad, not an ad. Sponsored, not sponsored. Made it myself. Love you guys. Bye. Is an ad if it's your own app? Or is it just like supporting a really great content creator? Now let's talk about Thor. If you're wondering how I got this outfit, this is the hollow style, needed at level 185. So you will unlock this and the hollow cape once you get to that level, which is really exciting. An unfortunate side effect to adding really cool cosmetics in this game, like Mjolnir, is when you recall him to use your pickaxe, it's actually delayed just a little bit before you can start swinging. Just something worth noting when you have this as your pickaxe, it really can cause some issues if you're trying to take a wall or something. So keep that in mind. I'm trying to press it exactly when I have it, but it's a little bit delayed on the hit. So keep that in mind when you're using Mjolnir. Now let's go look for Thor's ability, because there's a really cool ability that not a lot of people know. So let's dive on down and try to find ourselves Mjolnir. All right, give me sword. Yes! Wow. Okay, hypothetically speaking, because I know this wouldn't happen to you, because you don't play this way at all, not in the least bit. So you see an enemy and they're like, pew pew, I'm gonna shoot you, and you're like, yeah, oh my gosh, I gotta build to the sky. You don't do that. Anyways, let's just say hypothetically you did do that. You were way too high and you're about to get shot down. Now here's the deal. You don't have flight. Okay, you accidentally dropped it off like that and you're like, oh shoot, now I'm really screwed. So then when your build gets shot up and you're like, what do I do? All you have to do is jump and hold, and you will take significantly less damage. You will still take some damage, but because you kind of float as Thor when you hold out your ability, you take significantly less damage because you can just float from the highest spot. And I can already hear your comments. But Squatingdog, what about from height limit? Yeah, because you're going to build that high anyways in a normal game, you memers. Anyways, let's test it out for science.
Science rules.
Ability. I'm floating. It's going pretty fast. I'm going a lot faster than normal. Big brain.
Science rules.
Spoiler alert for anybody that has not watched the popular movie Endgame. And also tearjerker alert. Fortnite added the cabin in Endgame when Tony passed away and got whisked off into the water. This is the exact location added to that scene. I'm not crying. You're crying. The last thing we're going to talk about is the Vendetta Fish. Some really important things to note about catching this fish. One thing that is worth mentioning about catching the Vendetta Fish is you need a pro fishing rod. So these regular rods will not help. You actually need to find a pro fishing rod. And if you're having a hard time finding one, like I am, you can always upgrade one at an upgrade machine for 100 of each mat type.
I am the Vendetta Fish. The power resides in me to track my opponents.
What he's trying to say is when you pick up a Vendetta Fish, which is legendary, and there is an enemy near you, when you eat this fish, it essentially tracks all people around you for a certain amount of time. So here is my friend. I am now able to see him. Just kind of like a flare gun from old seasons. It puts that little marker up there and you're able to identify exactly where your opponents are. That effect will last for 30 seconds, which is awesome if you're able to find one of these in real time. Vendetta Fish also only stack by 2s, so you can't pick up more than 2 of them in one stack. So in a scenario where you might have some supers and the Vendetta Fish, if you use the Vendetta Fish, obviously you can see where your opponent is directly, but if you have something like the Unibeam, you will be able to finally find your enemy and destroy them. So the combo of this can be really incredible if you stack it right. So hold on to those Vendetta Fish if you find them. They are really awesome and really rare. And your opponents will not expect that you have one because of how rare it is to find. All right, everybody, that is another Squatingdog video. Thank you guys for joining us. We'll see you in the next video. Be sure to download my app in the App Store. Love you guys. We'll see you later.